Hello, boys and girls. Lord Hawkeye here again. I've been having some frequent PMs from a fellow by the name of Nightmare060 defending socialized healthcare. So you can probably guess what his arguments are. I mean, it's not like they have any real creativity with them. But at one point, he let slip a card that I found quite interesting. That card, he vehemently denies that socialized healthcare is backed up by violence. A premise that is absolutely ridiculous by any stretch of the imagination. As I said before, if you think it isn't, then I challenge you to stop paying taxes and see what happens. There you go. Like I said in my last vid. Anyways, he said in one of his comments that even if it is driven by violence, he says, so what? If it helps people, then it's all fine, right? In other words, the ends justify the means argument. Well, basically, he denies that I answered the question, although I did. I said to him, okay, if I were to point a gun at someone, steal his wallet, and then I was later arrested and brought to court for that, if I said in my defense that I spent the money to buy medicine for someone who needed it, should I be set free based on that defense? And of course, as we all know, there is no court in the world that would accept that as an argument. They would quite rightly say, what I did with the money doesn't matter. I'm on trial because I acquired the money through violent means. That is what I'm on trial about. What I did with the money is absolutely and completely irrelevant. And that would be a very valid argument indeed. But of course, since it's the state doing it, somehow the rules are different. This is the mark of the immoral for me, because morality is, in essence, consistency in human behavior, and so the mark of the immoral is the person who wants the free pass, who wants other people to adhere to something, but he wants to be the exception to it for completely arbitrary reasons, usually. So, you get this one, and that's the reason I oppose the state, because it is by far the most guilty of this. Like, they will say that murder is wrong, and then run wars and say that somehow they're heroic for that. They'll say that stealing is wrong, and then demand half your money, or else they'll throw you in a cage. They'll say kidnapping is wrong, or else threaten to throw you in a cage, and so on and so on and so forth. And so this is what leads me to the conclusion that, basically, to Nightmare060, you have talked my ear off about you caring about corruption, you caring about helping people, you care about preventing greed from screwing people over and everything, and yet, by any objective standard, if the state were a private organization, they would all be in jail by now, and you don't even bat an eye at that. Which leads me to the conclusion that you don't care about helping people, you do not care about stopping corruption, you do not care about curbing greed, you do not care about any of those things. You care about because you are willing to let them slide if you yourself benefit from them. You play double standards, and you put on this aura of self-righteousness purely to clear your own conscience. You are happy with being a parasite, and you make any excuse possible to try to look like the good guy while you do it. So, that's my assessment of you. And that's my assessment of all statists. They will agree with me that they oppose violence, but then turn around and give the state a free pass because it's convenient for them. That about tells it all. So if you want to try to claim the moral high ground, make sure you fall under it, or else you get called out for it. Till next time, be aware and be wise.